I think one misconception that a lot of young people have is that they can save their way to wealth. Or perhaps misconception is the wrong word, because many young people aren't even aware of other ways to build wealth. I mean, schools never talk about investing, and the only thing we are told by parents and teachers are to get good grades, to get a good paying job, to save money. And don't get me wrong, saving is a vital part to building wealth, but saving alone will not make you wealthy or bring you to an early retirement. In order to build wealth, you will need to learn how to effectively make your saved money work for you through investing. I think an example will help to clearly explain why savers are losers in the long run. So I got a couple side chicks. One is named Maria and the other Jasmine. We're going to look at Maria's situation first. Currently, my homegirl Maria has $10,000 saved in her savings account. She is also able to save $1,000 per month, which she adds to her savings account. Now let's see how much money Maria will have after 30 years of saving. When you do the math, and let me just bring out my little pencil and calculator real quick, you'll find she'll have $370,000 after 30 years of saving, which is a pretty nice chunk of change, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near enough to finance an enjoyable retirement. In fact, my homegirl Maria would have to live a rice and beans kind of retirement. Not to mention, she's going to be contributing to the tax burden that is Social Security. Okay, now that we went through Maria's situation, let's look at my homegirl Jasmine's situation. So Jasmine has $10,000 saved, but her money is in an investing account that returns about 8% annually. Jasmine is also able to save $1,000 per month, which she adds to her investment portfolio. Now let's take a look to see how much money Jasmine will have saved up after 30 years. And just to go through the math here, $10,000 is a present value, so you'll have to turn it into a future value by multiplying it by a constant, which you can find in my top secret tables. The same can also be done with the annual addition of $12,000, $1,000 per month for 12 months, $12,000. Here are my top secret tables for reference. So I guess they're not too top secret, but they're still secret to me, I guess. As it can be seen, Jasmine will have $1.4 million, or $1.46 million in 30 years. Which is definitely enough to retire off of. She could even consider living off the interest alone and someday passing her wealth on to future generations. So, just to recap here, Jasmine will be able to live much more comfortably and can even retire earlier than Maria. I might even have to look at cutting Maria from the side chick lineup. A chick on the lineup that doesn't know how to invest, that's just not cutting it. In Jasmine, it's a possibility, but she might be considered for the role as main chick. I am accepting applications still, but she will be highly considered. But for real, you're going to miss out on a lot of wealth if you just save your money. You must learn how to invest your money, which we'll go over in future videos, I promise. This video is not the place for that, but we will. Now, I also want to talk about another aspect that makes savers the losers, and that's the silent killer, inflation. To be honest, I was kind of expecting some scary music to play right there or something. I guess not. I still have goosebumps. But basically, inflation is the rate at which the cost of goods and services rises over time. And just to clarify a little more for you slow ones out there, it's the devaluation of currency. Currently, inflation has started to spike to about 5%, which is kind of insane for recent times, but definitely not unheard of. Here's a graph just so you get an idea of the U.S.'s inflation rates over the last 100 years. You can see where that little spike at the end of the graph. And you could thank the government for that. They kind of printed a buttload of money. That that printer goes brr, right? That's the meme anyway. Yeah, so the devaluation of currency absolutely destroys savers because their saved money is actually losing value day by day. So the $370,000 that Maria saved by year 30 won't be as valuable as it would have been when she first started saving. So not only is Maria missing out on growing her money, she is actually losing it. Talk about getting shafted. And I don't mean physical dollar bills, yo. She will still have 370,000 of those, but the value of those dollar bills will have decreased. Inflation will also affect returns on Jasmine's investments, but not to the same severity as Maria's savings. This is because some investments, to a certain degree, are inflation-proof. Take investing in rental properties as an example. All you have to do is simply raise the rents to combat inflation, and it's likely the property value will rise with inflation as well. In the stock market, you can buy into companies that have pricing power over their consumers. For example, a garbage company can raise rates and consumers will still have to buy because their trash has to be taken somewhere, right? Investing will provide you with the options needed to maintain your money's value while growing it during inflation. And yeah, that's the two main points I wanted to bring up as to why savers are losers. The first one being they get shafted because they're not able to grow their money. And the second reason, they just get spanked is because their money actually loses value from inflation. So hopefully you found some value in this video, and if you did, consider showing it to one of your pals. You can't let your buds go on being savers after listening to this video. That just would not be right. You would not be a good boy to your boys or a good girl to your girls. I don't know if girls talk like that, but you wouldn't be a good gal either. Also, if you liked the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you didn't like it or believe savers are winners, leave a comment saying how dumb I am, or, if you just want to insult me, whatever. I'm always open to criticism. Thanks, fam. I'll catch you in the next one.